We're here for the jokes and 10 pence less from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew. Where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah! We'll fly.
Wasted Water Sports, ahoy! Welcome back. This Saturday, well, it's not even Saturday night. Honestly, it's Sunday morning. This Sunday morning of action continues. Rugby Union, through and through. We have just seen Ireland demolish Fiji I'm expecting very much the same out of this one, to be perfectly honest. The Springboks, the passion from Khaleesi, Sia Khaleesi, just pumping out the national anthem, so much so there's even the ball kids in front that are looking back at him going, what in God's name is happening back there? But I'll tell you what's happening there is Sia Khaleesi with a very impassioned rendition of the national anthem. South Africa are rugby. Let's be honest. I mean, let's just some stone cold truths. The Springboks are rugby. South Africa are on top of the world, and with good reason. They are just simply the best. There's no two ways about it. They are the team to beat in World Rugby right now, and Wales, who are on a downward spiral. Again, let's speak some harsh truths here. The Welsh are on a downward spiral. What a scalp it would be, though. What a turnaround it would be to form if they could pull off a massive, massive upset here tonight against the best rugby team in the world, the Springboks. South Africa, I've got South Africa winning this by at least 30 points. Apologies to our Welsh friends out there on the West of World of Sports, but I really, truly believe this is going to be an annihilation. I mean, South Africa are just on a different planet at the moment when it comes to rugby. Wales have got to find some form and quick smart. And I just don't know. If you're a team who is struggling and you need to find form, just don't know how I feel about the Springboks being the team that you come up against, if you know what I mean. I'd rather be coming up against somebody a little less dominant. Me, personally. But we'll see what can they come up with here, the Welsh, as we are ready for kickoff. It's amazing, honestly, how quickly it goes through in the pre-game when there's no hakas or war dances or challenges being laid out. And this is, obviously, I'm an All Black supporter, so this is obviously no disrespect whatsoever to the haka. It's just, I'm stating a fact. It's amazing how quick the pre-game races through. Suddenly it's upon us. Jason Callaway, ahoy there, mate. You hope that I have the 15th of December, 5:20 p.m. marked on the calendar. Why? What's happening on the 15th of December? I feel like there's something hugely important that I've forgotten. Poor Jason's going to be on the other side of the screen with the, you know, that meme of the, I believe it's a Pakistani cricket fan who's just looking really unimpressed with his hands on his hips. I get the feeling that's Jason right now. Like, what? Son of a bitch didn't remember the sign with your name on it. What's happening on the... What is happening on the 15th of December? Okay, Wasted World of Sports. I raise my hand here. Wasted World of Sports. I have a tendency to not remember anything that gets discussed on here. I feel like this is one of those moments. South Africa and Wales. Wales sporting a reverse strip here. We're used to seeing Wales in the red. This is interesting. Wales usually wear red. The Springboks are obviously in green. I wouldn't have thought that those are two colours that clash. But Wales is sporting an alternate strip here. It's white with red down the sides and green shorts as South Africa secure the kickoff and Hendricks clears. And a solid start to the game. Wales with their first line-out throw. Dewey Lake finds his target. And Welsh, they have it on halfway. Securing possession. Ah, Jason, I do remember that conversation now. Okay. I didn't know that there was a specific time attached to it, as Wales now break inside South Africa's territory. I do very specifically remember that conversation now. Firing it back in behind the ruck for a clearing kick. Costello puts it up high, contestable, but it's well taken at the back by South Africa. Hendricks doing extremely well there. A fly half doing a fullback's job as Estebeth is driven backwards. You don't see that happen very often. Estebeth rocked back in a tackle. Controlling this one at the back here. South Africa. The box kick clearance up to halfway. Taken well in the air by Costello. And Wales have it on the halfway line. Big defense. One out from the ruck here. South Africa getting over the top of it. Fight for the ball. But Wales maintain possession. And another box kick clearance here. Ellis Bevan puts it high and contestable. And again, well taken by Hendricks. Numbers here for South Africa. The cross field kick hits its target. And the Springboks are in space. Another kick through. But Costello dives across and smothers it into touch. Oh, it was on there for the Springboks. Well defended in the end from Wales. What a start to this game. 2.5 minutes gone. Oh, we come back for a penalty. A tackle off the ball. No, a tackle in the air. Wow. Millimeters in it. But the call has gone the way of South Africa. I would have been serious, but like I said, Jason, raised my hand. Wasted World of Sports. Wasted. I need some reminding of things from time to time. But if I said it, I would have been 100% serious. The touch finder from the Springboks. Inside the Welsh 22. And a big line out here from Grobler. Goes to the back. Uncontested. South Africa release it from the back early. And Jesse Creel goes to ground just inside the 22. Staying on this left-hand side. Hendricks beats the first tackle. Crawls forward ever closer to the try line here. The Springboks 10 out. Low. Bumps away from one. He's just to the left of the post. Wales have got the turnover. Well defended from the Welsh. And it's a penalty for holding on. Fantastic work there from Wales. South Africa have fired a shot early. Wales have diffused it well. And Costello puts this into touch. Up to the 40-meter line. Oh, the numbers there from Wales into the ruck. Two potential players that could have won that turnover. South Africa guilty of holding on there. Lake with the line-out throw. Goes to the middle. Uncontested. Well, it was contested in the end. And Wales have done well to come down with it. Morgan sets up the ruck. Box kick here from Bevan. Contestable kick, but well taken there at the back by Kurt Lee Arensay, Mr. Reliable. Even under the high ball, the little fella got up above everybody else and takes it. South Africa with a 3-on-1 here. Can they use this space? Creel draws in the last defender and fires the pass off, but Wales scramble. But they don't scramble enough because unmarked Franco Moster scores the opening try. And it's off the back of the break, 3-on-1 down the right-hand edge. And the Springboks, they went through the hands. Wales did well to hold on for as long as they did, but the ensuing ruck, an unmarked Franco Moster. 5-0 the Springboks. What a start it's been for them. Not afraid to throw the ball around inside their own half. Where was the Welsh defence? Some lazy stuff there from Nicky Smith. Franco Moster charges over. What a start for the Springboks. Hendricks with the conversion attempt puts it right down the middle. 7-0. What a start, South Africa. I did predict at the start of this game that they would win quite comfortably. And they're off to the perfect start for that prediction. Say the absolute least. They are the best team in the world. And they're not afraid to show it. Wales get us back underway. Taken by South Africa. Rassie sets up the ruck. Back to Hendricks for the clearance. Not looking for a lot of distance. He puts it high and contestable, but it's taken well by Murray at the back for Wales. Wales have it just on the halfway line. Big defense from South Africa in midfield. Bevan has to burrow in for it. Puts it back for Costello to clear. It's slightly off the side of the boot, but still in the field of play. Rassie brings it back, puts the kick in for himself, chases his own kick here, gets up in the air and competes. But well taken. Wales secure the possession, Costello, but now South Africa march over the top of the ball, and they've got numbers down to the left. Arendse fires it back in field for Estebeth, and Estebeth scores the try. The Locks have come to the party. The first try for Moster. And then Estebeth says, I want one too, thanks. And South Africa, 12-0 inside the first 10 minutes. And my pre-game prediction, unfortunately, because I say unfortunately, because we love to see contests here at the Waster World of Sports. We love a good, close game. And unfortunately, I predicted from the very start we were not going to get one here in this match. South Africa running absolute riot in the opening 10 minutes. A couple of very easy tries, and I have to ask the question, what exactly has gone wrong with Welsh rugby? As Hendricks hooks this one horribly off to the left, and it remains 12-0. A rather shocking attempt at conversion. 12-0 it is, though. And what exactly has gone wrong with French rugby? There's nothing wrong with French rugby. What has gone wrong at the moment with Welsh rugby? Is a question we do need to honestly ask. Is it just that Warren Gatland, his time is up? His ideas are old and just everybody's reading them now. Is that it? Is it as simple as that? Time to move Warren Gatland on, perhaps. As Costello is leaving the field, you would have to think that that would be a HIA or some other form of potential injury concern. But that is an early replacement for the fly half as Wales get us back underway, trailing 12-0. The Springboks secure it at the back. And Jaden Hendricks with the clearance. I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're brothers as Wales lose it on halfway. A knock-on advantage now for the Springboks. And they immediately spread it wide to the left. But now cutting back in field. Derlende. 40 metres out from their own try line. Priel put under pressure with that pass, but they are playing advantage, of course. And now a new advantage. Wales have been caught offside and a forlorn-looking Warren Gatland. That is the look of a man bereft of ideas. Now, this is a very interesting question. One for the chat room. One for the rugby trivia buffs out there. Jaden Hundreeks and Jordan Hundreeks, the 9 and 10 for South Africa. Have we ever seen before a 9 and 10 brothers pairing? As South Africa throw to the middle, secure the ball. Hundreeks for Hundreeks. And they secure it in midfield. Priel onto Aronsay has got it now. Aronsay feeds it back. They're 22 metres out. South Africa on a rampage here. Robillard just shy of the 22. The ball spills out the back of the ruck, but illegally, and it's a penalty for South Africa. Will there be any consideration of the 3 here? Any consideration at all of the 3 points? Not even in the slightest. They didn't even think about it. They've plugged it straight into the corner. Jordan Hundreeks finds touch about 10 metres out from Wales' try line. And they're under the pump again here. South Africa are dominating this. Robillard with the throw. Goes to the front, uncontested. And they set up a rolling more. Wales have gone to their knees trying to defend this. South Africa, the box, get the shove on. Grobbelaar's got it at the back. This is great shape. Penalty advantage now. Wales in from the side. Down the short side. If they can release the ball, they can't. And that will be a penalty blown to South Africa. They will plug it into touch and go again. Dominant start to this match for South Africa. The touch finder, 5 metres out from the line. Hundreeks, this is brilliant. The Hundreeks brothers. Jaden and Jordan. The Welsh captain just having a little chat to the referee here. Trying to get some understanding of the call, I think, at the mall. 13 minutes gone in this one. South Africa are racing the clock at the moment with their point scoring. And a 5 metre line out. Look for the rolling maul. Got a little injury stoppage. One of the Springboks getting some attention. And here comes the throw. Johan Grobbelaar, 5 metres out here. South Africa go to the middle. Wales get hands on the ball and disrupt, but they've lost it forward. That'll be a knock-on advantage to the Springboks. Hundreeks looks for options left and right. Ends up throwing to midfield in front of the post here. 10 out. South Africa looking for another try. Mauling towards the post. And it's held up. We'll come back for the knock-on. South Africa will have a scrum down. 5 metres out. About 10 in from touch. leading 12 points to nil, racing the clock at the moment. I feel like they might be racing the clock for large portions of this match, to be perfectly honest. I did predict in the pre-game South Africa to win by at least 30 points. We do, of course, hope for a good game, so we're hoping that I'm wrong. We're not going for anybody here or going against anybody here. We just hope for a good game. Scrum down here for the Springboks. Hendricks feeds it. Big shove here from South Africa. Wales are backpedaling at a rate of knots. And the scrum collapses, and we will have a reset based on what we saw in that Ireland-Fiji game. Surprisingly, that we didn't see a penalty there. But again, I mean, who am I to want consistency out of the officials? I mean, geez, how dare we? How dare we want consistency? That is totally unfair of us. Scrum resets. Oh, I'll tell you what this Wales jersey reminds me of. Wales are wearing a reverse strip here. It's white with red strips down the side and green shorts. It reminds me of a Mexican restaurant that I've seen ads for on Facebook. As the scrum collapses again, but the referee says bollocks at this time and lets them play on. And Weiss brings it out the back. They're 5 meters from the line now, the Springboks. Moster pops the pass on, gets into the 5 meter zone here. South Africa held up and driven backwards. Lined up, well, not lined up, but bunched up around the right of the ruck here. South Africa, the box just go one out. Hendricks now to the big bopper, Dutoy. Dutoy's a meter short. Nothing fancy here. Just one out from the ruck, trying to charge their way over, power their way over the line. And again, keeping it in tight. Khaleesi. Khaleesi beats one. Khaleesi's over the line, but there's hands under the ball and he's held up. Khaleesi has turned on his back and held up. Well defended from Wales. But South Africa have signaled their intent here. They're not interested in anything fancy. No backline moves here. They're just going to rumble it up the middle. They will just bulldoze their way over the top of the Welsh defence. Goal line restart. Contestable. Lost back by South Africa. Well tapped down by Khaleesi. Estebeth in midfield. Out to Creel. Creel fends off one. Steps back towards the post. Goes to ground just outside the 22. Hendricks. Short pass to Cheslin Colby, almost through. Moster held up and driven backwards. South Africa dominating territory down here inside Welsh 22. Hendricks holds the pass up for Weiss. Penalty advantage now. Delende tries to burrow his way under and loses the ball. He's got away with it. Now the call comes from the touchy and will come back for the penalty. The Bruiser Cruiser, ahoy there. Never knew commentary was allowed to drink beers while doing a great job. Well, I don't think they're allowed to under normal circumstances, but that's the beauty of social media. The beauty of social media is a great big galoot like me can start a commentary channel and drink all the beer he wants. Cheers. Penalty here to the box. Leading 12 points to nil. I would have thought they might have considered the 3 points here, but they're well on top, aren't they? Plugging this one into touch. Cheers for the follow, Bruiser Cruiser. And South Africa, they'll have the line out throw here, 5 meters out from the line. Waste of World of Sports, of course, live each and every weekend. whenever the sports is on anyway. Live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on TikTok. And I thank you very much for your company wherever you're joining us from. The players on the field are taking in the water. I'm taking in a different sustenance. Australia. Very nice. You know what? I'm surprised by the amount of Australians, especially over on YouTube. YouTube is our main platform. I'll be honest, we're very, very new to TikTok. This is only like stream. This is only stream number. Oh, not a lot. We've only done about 10 or 12 streams on TikTok. As South Africa go to the middle, whereas we've done 3 years on YouTube. So YouTube is obviously the main platform, but I'm surprised at 4 a.m. at just how many Australians have joined me tonight as South Africa release this ball out wide to the left. Arendse steps in field and scores the try in the corner. Kurt Lee Arendse. You cannot give these pacey South African wingers any space at all. And Kurt Lee Arendse was left unmarked on the left. South Africa, they spread it wide early. Arendse unmarked. And you can't scramble and cut him down from there. A simple step off the left foot. And over he goes. Kurt Lee Arendse. 17 points to 0. And the reason I say that, of course, going back to the conversation about Australians joining us here in the chat room, because I am broadcasting live from Brisbane as we speak. 4 a.m. But there was no way I was missing my rugby. Absolutely. We, as the conversion from the sideline is right down the middle from Jordan Hendricks, and South Africa extend their lead. Jason Calloway says Australia are underdogs and Scotland a favourite to win with the TAB. Is Australia a good bet to have $1 on? Australia is a good bet to have $20 on, in all honesty. I am somewhat baffled as to Scotland's favouritism with the bookmakers. Unless there's some sort of change in the squad that I'm unaware of. As South Africa now, the kick pass is overcooked and it goes into touch, but they were playing under penalty advantage and they knew that. And we come back for the penalty. Yes, Scotland versus the Wallabies. The Wallabies, really good value with the bookmakers at the moment. Even if you want to play it safe and think that Scotland will get the win, if you want to play it safe and have the Wallabies to cover the line even, is a good value bet. Hendricks, has he found touch? He has not, and that's a big mistake. Hendricks fails with the touch finder, trying to chew off too much territory, and Wales return the kick up towards the halfway line. South Africa, of course, they will get the throw. But Hendricks there just trying to chew off a little too much space. Grobelaar throws to the middle. Ball is taken. Estebeth off the back of the line out. Fens one. Goes to ground just inside Welsh territory. The number 7 here, Ethan Lowe. Ethan Lowe? Hang on, that's somebody else. His name's Lowe, but his name's not Ethan. Who am I thinking of? Knock on by the Springboks here at the back of the ruck. And Wales, high fives all around for their defensive efforts there. Trailing 19 points to 0. They will have the scrum on halfway. 22 and a half gone in this one. A game that's been largely dominated by the Springboks thus far. And we do have to ask the question. It was a question I asked earlier as well, but what exactly has happened to Welsh rugby? They went through a period of time there where they were really strong. They are far from that at the moment, though. Very far from that, to say the least. Scrum down, big shove here from the Springboks, but Wales get it out quickly and break away down the blind side. Hathaway cuts back in field. Well defended. Wales, this is their first real opportunity inside South Africa's territory. Lake bends off one, bumps off another. Dewey Lake, Officer Dewey. What a charge upfield. Now they fire it back for Costello. Puts it high. Kicks out to the corner. Contestable. Farsi loses it. Knock-on advantage here for Wales. And it is called. South Africa have spilt this one. That's the first high ball that I can recall them dropping. No, I do have the squads open on another screen off to the side. Cruiser. I would love to say that I know them all off by heart, but obviously we know the main players, but yeah, sometimes you need a little reminder. I can tell you what, I just covered the Ireland-Fiji game before this one, and some of those Fijian names, God bless them, but absolute hell for a commentator. Some of those Fijian names. Tell ya. Scrum down here. Wales collapses on the near side. They don't want to do that too often. The referees will have very little patience with scrum collapses. "25 minutes gone in this first half. A half largely dominated by South Africa. Wales, though, in possession at the moment, have the scrum 40 metres out. Big shove again from the Springboks, and it's dominant, and it is a penalty for the South Africa. The referee was left with no choice. Another dominant shove from South Africa. And just when it looked like Wales was starting to get some sort of rhythm on, the Springboks, the #1 team in the world, just went, we're not having any of it. And they put on a big shove to turn this one over. Hendricks makes sure of his touch this time. No mistakes. And the Springboks can go on the attack again. Robala will have the line-out throw. About 25 metres out from the line, and we've got a little stoppage. Perfect. I can go over with. Racing across the hallway, racing back. South Africa go on the attack after securing the line-out ball. 5 metres out from the line. Hendricks out to Creel. Creel cuts back in field. Farsi driven backwards in the tackle. South Africa very bunched up around midfield again, though. Moster in front of the post, 10 metres out, quick ruck ball. Again, they stay on the right-hand edge. Farsi. Hendricks up to Low. 7 or so metres out from the line. They can come back the other way now. The Springboks just going from edge to edge. 13 phases. Now the crossfield kick. It's a little too heavy. It's lost forward, though, by Wales, and it sets up for Fussy. Has he got it to ground? He has not. That is extremely well defended. Fussy thumps the ground in disgust with himself. But Blair Murray, the Welsh fullback, I believe it was, who got in under there and prevented a certain try. Amazing work. Cruiser says, not going to lie, you look familiar, bro, in a good way. As Wales, with the goal line restart, taken well by Esterbeth. Or Moster, it might have been over there. I don't know. Two big, tall units out there playing lock for South Africa. Creel cuts back infield. Just going back to the, hey, if you're from Brisbane as well, it's more than possible that we've encountered each other out and about sometime and not even realised it. Before I started the commentary, as Hendricks kicks over the top of the ruck for his brother, who spills it forward. Well, that was some brotherly intuition there. The Hendricks boys nearly pulled off a fantastic try. I'm assuming still that these guys are brothers. I mean, they've got the same nice name and they look alike, very much alike. And that was just a little bit of brotherly knowledge right there. The kick in over the top without signaling or saying a word. But yes, Cruiser, if you are indeed from these parts, I before the commentary channel, I used to get out and party quite frequently. So I've been all out and about everywhere across the valley and across Brisbane City. As far as the Gold Coast, now I devote my time and pretty much it's my job now is calling sports games on YouTube primarily. But anyway, don't want to give you my life story. I'm just... either that or I did used to have another channel on YouTube and TikTok. And who knows, maybe you've popped in there at some point in the past. Or I'm just one of those people. Maybe I'm just one of those people, you know, the sort of person that's like always mistaken for somebody. Or just one of those very familiar looking people. Anyway, not to worry. I'm watching this on Stan. Yeah, Stan Sports. Wales have the scrum feed. Still under the pump, though. Still very much under pressure here with the field position. As the scrum goes to ground and resets. South Africa have been dominant at scrum time. We also put some of the games, not this one, but some of the games, I do also share my screen on our Waste of Water Sports Discord server. So anybody who's got Discord that would like to check out the match play as well, do look us up, Waste of Water Sports. But as I said, yeah, we don't put all the games on there. As Wales clear outside their 22, not a lot of distance on it. Well, he wanted more. Ellis Bevan, he's not happy with the touch he's called there. He wanted more, but they always do, don't they? The players always think that it's going to be more. Come on, ref. We kicked it further than that as the Springboks throw to the middle of the line out. Delende goes to ground in midfield. About 30 out and a loose ball there from Hendricks. Spills it forward and Wales come away with it. Wales to clear the box kick from Bevan. Rassie takes it, and he's wrapped up as soon as he hits the ground. 31 minutes gone. This, I would say that this half fell away from the Springboks a little bit as they get the penalty here. The confirmation from the TMO has come in, and it's been a contact in the air. Just got it a little bit wrong there. Yes, quite clearly from the replay. The kick chase there just got it a little bit wrong, and contact in the air. You can't do that. Penalty to the Springboks. But yes, as I was saying, the Springboks, this half has just got away from them a little bit. We've seen some mistakes creep into their game. They raced out to that 19 points to nil lead, and yeah, just ill discipline and handling errors creeping in. Robala throws to the middle. South Africa. Can they settle things down here and work themselves back into this contest? Switch of direction. Hendricks. Now for Creel. Creel into a little bit of space. Dealende in support. Hendricks burrows in. Gets it to Farsi. Farsi steps away from 1, 2. Gets the pass on to Schneemann. They're 5 meters out from the line now, South Africa. To Khaleesi. And Khaleesi, what a gift. Sia Khaleesi, I don't know that he was even expecting the pass. He ends up with the ball, turns around, and has a wide open try line in front of him. We need to have a look. We need to see if this will be awarded. It's going up to the TMO. They're going to have a look. The on-field decision is try. Khaleesi was not even expecting it. We're looking for a potential knock-on here from Hendricks. There. Was there a cheeky little knock-on from Hendricks? As he tries to swing this ball out of the ruck. It looks like they're going to overturn this one. Yes, they are. Knock-on. The knock-on is called. And Wales, they get away with that one. South Africa, they raced out to that 19 point to nil lead, and as I said, it just fell away from them a little bit. They're still very comfortably ahead, of course. But it just got away from them a little bit here. They were in full control. And it's a scrum down for Wales. 5 out from their own try line. Big shove here from South Africa. And they've marched right over the top of it for a penalty. They tap and go quickly. Half a metre short here. The try is beckoning and the try is there. The pick and go from low. And they do get their try in the end. Wales are being dominated at scrum time. Well, they're being dominated in every single facet of the game. But as the scrum, the shove from South Africa, I mean, they just walked straight over the top of them. That is incredible. I mean, that, I'm afraid, is just unforgivable. Really, really unforgivable. Huge, huge disparity at scrum time. As Wales get us back underway. Can I sort that link out at halftime, Rizza Cruiser? Is that all good, mate? I can sort it out at halftime. I was trying to do it as we speak. As Wales get a penalty from the kickoff, I'll sort the link out at halftime because doing three things at once proved to be way too difficult for me. What can I say? I'm a bloke. And apparently us blokes, we have a hard time doing multiple things at once. Wales, as you would expect, trailing by 26 points. No thought of the three, as you would expect. They put it into the corner. They throw to the front of the line out and set up the rolling maul, but South Africa dominant at scrum time. So you would expect similar domination for the rolling maul. Wales have got their backs involved and they're still not going forward. Wales have basically got their whole team in there against the South African front row, and the South Africans still hold it up. That's incredible. They're getting closer though, Wales. Springboks still refuse to commit, and it goes to ground. Well, that was remarkable. Wales pretty much put their entire team into the rolling maul. South Africa said, we're all good, and just stuck firm with their forward pack, and they held them out. That is absolutely incredible. And now, chopped down in midfield. Wales still in possession. They need points here. Need points, and they get a penalty. Right out in front, South Africa not rolling away. But they're not going to be interested in the three here. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Wales piled in. They sent some of their backline into that rolling maul, and it didn't make any impact at all. South Africa just stood firm. Quite remarkable. Do you reckon Warren Gatlin's been fired already? I mean, he is so surly up there in the coach's box. I have not seen him move. I have not seen him change the look on his face all night long. Wales to the middle. Try and set up the maul again. It's been collapsed. And this will be a penalty advantage. The maul is collapsed illegally before it even got started. Five meters out from the try line now. Dutoy's in to win the turnover, but will come back for the initial penalty. And surely South Africa will get some form of warning here, you would think. Penalties down in this territory. Sorted out. There's a minute and a half remaining in this first half. And another 5 meter line out throw. Here for Wales. To the middle. Secured by Rollins. And again, Wales pile into the rolling maul. South Africa hold firm. Inching ever closer. Now the backs get involved. Much better shape this time. But again, the strength of the Springboks holding them up, forcing them to release the ball. I am so amazed at that. Honestly, the numbers advantage. And South Africa just said, we're having none of it. We're not going to commit any more numbers. Wales creep ever closer now. Half a meter out. They dive towards the line. And South Africa's defense, again, holding firm. Pick and go. Wales lose a little bit of momentum here. Still half a metre short. Now they try to spread it wide, but it's a horrible pass, and it's put a lot of pressure on their back line. Out they go now. It's a simple 2-on-2, and using pace, Rio Dyer gets on the outside of the Springbok defenders, and you have got to be quick to outpace this South African backline. And Rio Dyer has just done that. He has taken everybody by surprise. The pace that you have to show to beat this South African backline, Kurtley Adonse, Cheslin Colby, Parsi. He has outgunned them all. Rio Dyer. Oh, tell me he's grounded it. Tell me he's grounded it. He's grounded it just in the nick of time. And Wales have come up with a very important try right on the stroke of half-time. It's the conversion attempt from Costello. Hooks way out to the left. And it's 26 points to 5 at the half-time break. Wow. That was a crucial try in the context of this match. $26 points to 5. All right, let's try and get this link sorted out. Now, as I said, I've not been. I don't have this game on, but if anyone's interested, I'm more than happy to put the All Blacks and Italy game on later. It just means I have to change. I just have to slightly change the way that I go about streaming. Is all, which is why I haven't worried about it. But I've also not worried about it because nobody's asked me. Okay, so I will... It's a bit of a roundabout way that I have to do this. So I will post the link in the YouTube. And then I can use that link from YouTube to copy into TikTok. What a pain in the ring hole, huh? You would have thought that it would be, well, geez, and I can't even do it that way, apparently. No, it's all good. No need to apologize. No need to apologize at all. If anybody needs to apologize, it needs to be these social media platforms that make it so difficult to do simple tasks. I mean, it should be a relatively simple thing, right? Well, I mean, I suppose you could do that. The link is there in the YouTube chat. Wasted World of Sports on YouTube. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it would apparently make my life easier. I don't know why. No, because I'll tell you what's happened. Because what's happened is I've now copied the link. I pasted the link into YouTube just because it's easier than me accessing my computer while I'm streaming. And then I've gone copy from YouTube and I've tried to paste it. But when I've copied from YouTube, YouTube puts a whole bunch of random stuff into the link. But anyway, if you're all good, with finding us on YouTube, that would certainly make life a lot easier on me. And who knows, might even score ourselves another sub. Wasted World of Sports halftime here. Wales, a very important try right on the stroke of halftime to make it 26 points to 5. South Africa dominated the early stages of that game, but I felt like maybe they got too comfy, possibly, because after that 19 points to 0 lead, they sort of fell away a little bit. South Africa maybe guilty of pushing passes I don't know, but they just lacked. It felt like they lacked in the back end of that half the execution, the clinicalness, if that's a word, the clinicalness that they had in the opening stages. I mean, at one point there, we were talking about the Springboks challenging the time, the official time, because they were 19 points to nil up at around about the 20-minute mark or thereabouts. So we were seriously having conversations about them challenging the clock in terms of the score. And then it just, I don't think that Wales necessarily stepped up a gear or two. I feel like the Springboks just dropped off a little bit. Invited Wales into some opportunity, and they finally took one, a very, very important one. Now, if Wales can come out and score first in the second half, I think that is crucial. And I'm talking any points at all. Take the 3 if it's on offer. Just get that scoreboard ticking over. They're obviously behind by a lot, so it might not make a whole lot of sense. Take the 3, but my reasoning would be if it's inside the first 5 minutes or something and they get a gift shot at goal. I mean, 26-8 is looking a lot better than 26-5. Let's see. Welcome to Psycho. Oh, Psychotic Ironhide has just joined our server. Psychotic Ironhide. So it would just add some scoreboard pressure. Scoreboard pressure, I think, is crucial. And if it's early enough in the second half, obviously if too much time goes past, you wouldn't worry about it. You keep applying the pressure and try and get the try. But I just think if they get a penalty early enough in the second half, jump on it. And if they can then be the first team to score a try, they're suddenly right back in it. And as it stands right now, they probably have no right to be perfectly honest. It was one-way traffic to open the match. South Africa might have even thought about breaking out the record books at one point there. Intoxigamer, yes, that's the one. Piggybacking the Discord off my gaming channel. But as I said, I don't have this one up. But we can certainly sort it out for the next ones. That's no problem at all. No skin off my back either way. For the next ones coming up. All right. Waste World of Sports halftime here. 26 points to 5. South Africa in the lead. We'll have a quick halftime break. Be right back after this on the Waste to World of Sports. Thanks for being with us. Second half coming up. Jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. We're here to make some noise. All right, West of World of Sports, halftime here. South Africa on top. Not as strongly as they probably would have been. Bruiser Cruiser says, you are the first person to get my gamer tag correct. Nice. Maybe been a gamer myself. I don't know. Yes, indeed. Intoxi Gamer on YouTube. Little bit of a chance at cross promotion, I suppose. I can understand the confusion though, because when you try and sound it out, right, and it just, it makes sense to break it down a little bit differently than how you end up saying it. All right, the start to this second half will be very interesting indeed. Can Wales create something? They are under the pump at the moment. They've got the momentum going into the halftime break, right? Last try right before the break. Oh, inactivity. One of the beautiful things about streaming on TikTok, I've noticed, is that you get those alerts. It's like, I'm clearly not inactive. The stream is still going, but it's like, inactivity detected. What? Well, I can't lie and say I've been here the whole time. I do pop off for a quick break every now and then, don't I? Wasted World of Sports. For those of you just joining us, we do alternative commentary live on YouTube, live on TikTok, and live on Facebook for all the NRL, all the Super Rugby, all the Rugby Championships, all the Autumn Internationals. We cover Rugby Union and Rugby League. Let me make it let me simplify it, make it a lot easier, and just say we cover all the Rugby Union and all the Rugby League. That is, okay, I can't even say all of it, but you know what I mean? Like all the major coverage we do. Six Nations, Super Rugby, Rugby Championship, NRL, any World Cups that come up. We do what we can. Sometimes I run out of steam, I'll be perfectly honest. Like last weekend I missed some great games, and I'm so disappointed. So disappointed in myself for not bringing it to you. I'm so disappointed that we missed it just in general, regardless of whether I was streaming it or not. We missed some great games. England and the Springboks, France and the All Blacks. But sometimes it's just not possible to do everything. They've tried to get me to do cricket. Like, come on, I could not sit through a game of cricket. I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my cricket. I just can't sit down and watch it. There's no way I could pull off an entire stream of a game of cricket, not without a lot of help. But anyways, I digress. Ready for the second half. The Springboks are back out onto the field. Awaiting the arrival of the home side. Wales took the momentum into halftime with that try. Can they take advantage of it? Thank you very much, Bruiser Cruiser, for the sub on YouTube and the follow on TikTok. Very much appreciate it. But yes, very much looking forward to the 2025 NRL season. We'll be bringing you all the action here on the Wasted World of Sports. I think it's going to be, honestly, I think it'll be one of the best seasons. The Melbourne Storm, they're going to be very hard to stop. The Penrith Panthers will be up there. But I think the biggest storyline to follow for 2025 will be, I guarantee you, take it to the bank, I guarantee you that the Tigers will be threatening for a top 8 spot. The West Tigers will finally climb off the wooden spoon and be threatening for a top 8 spot. Absolutely no question in my mind whatsoever about that. Ready for the second half here, South Africa and Wales. 26 points to 5. The Springboks get us underway. Hendricks with the restart. It's close to the sideline. And it's played out by Wales. It would have been risky to let it go. So you could say it was perfectly positioned by Hendricks. Wales in possession, but under the pump early here in the second half. Box kick from Bevan. Up towards halfway, close to the sideline. But Farsi keeps it in play. Across to Dutoy, who sets it up on the halfway line. Wrap around now to Dealande, who gets it out to Low. Low goes to ground. Staying down the short side. Farsi back inside to Hendricks. Can't get the ball free. Ardense gets the pass away forward. And it goes into touch. Wales will get the throw to the line out. Oh, God, what? I really want to know what this Mexican restaurant is that the Welsh jersey reminds me of. Let's see. Mexican restaurants, Brisbane. Mexican restaurants, Brisbane. That's just giving me interior shots. As Wales win the line-out throw. That's going to drive me crazy. That is. If I think about it, I'll post it. Box kick clearance from Wales up towards halfway. Bless you. Getting the ball 3. Cheslin Colby passes up to Moster. Now numbers to the left here for the Springboks. The Ananse infield. The Dealende who beats 1. Khaleesi 5 meters out. Pressure here on Wales. South Africa has started the second half much like the first. And they've lost the ball. Wales can counter now. Clearing the kick upfield. Nobody's at the back for South Africa, but they will surely have the pace advantage. Nice chase from Wales. Farsi will clear it. And that is a territorial advantage for Wales. Stan each month with the sports package is somewhere in the region of somewhere in the $25 region a month. Cruiser. Because you've got to get the Stan basic package and then the sports is an add-on. You can't get the sport just on its own, which is a pain in the ass. South Africa with the spilt ball. Yeah, it's not like Foxtel where you can get KO Sports. You don't have to subscribe to Foxtel to get the sports channels. You can just get KO and get the Fox sports channels on their own. Yeah, Stan doesn't have anything like that. They make you get the base subscription, and then it's an extra 10. So it's whatever the base subscription is, and an extra $10 a month. Oh yeah, I know, Bruiser Cruiser. That's why I've got both. But you know, the beauty of commentating live on YouTube is that it's all tax claimable for me. Here. Yes. Run it as a business. Claim it on tax. Scrum down. And it collapses and will reset. Wales with the feed. Can they strike first? 26 points to 5. Convert a try. To make it 26-12. Then we're talking. We could still get a game out of this yet. Scrum repacks. Bevan. Oh, it collapses again and the penalty has gone against Wales. South Africa win the penalty. Wales have collapsed, says the referee. I have no idea. I am not a scrum aficionado. We were talking about this in the last game, the Island Fiji game. When I used to play, I was involved in the scrums, but I didn't know what was going on in them. You've only got to know what's going on in the scrum if you're a prop. Honestly. I was always playing 6 and 7, so I didn't have to know what was going on in the scrum. South Africa go to the back of the line out. And they come away with the ball now. Inside Welsh territory once more. Hendricks into scrum half, out to his brother Hendricks. Again, I'm assuming that they're brothers. I've not had this confirmed. They've got to be brothers. Surely. They must be. Springboks in midfield. Keeping the ball alive. Creeping forward. Loose pass there for Ananse. Ananse breaks through. He's created something out of nothing here, Ananse. Inside the 22. Incredible. Jesslyn Colby now gets involved. Schneemann. Inside the 22. Hendricks gets it out to Creel, who creates space on the outside. Farsi steps back infield. He's got support from Hendricks. Wales get in and turn this one over. And a penalty for holding on. Wales have defended extremely well there. Leading 26 points to 5. Freddie Thomas comes onto the field for Wales. "47 minutes gone. There's still plenty of time for Wales to mount a comeback here. They are 100% brothers. They had to be. They had to be. Honestly, you've never seen two people look more alike in your life. I swear, if you can see this, anybody who can see the gameplay, I'm telling you, you've never seen two people look more alike in your life as Jaden and Jordan Hendricks. Penalty kick into touch. Takes Wales up to the halfway line. And they will have the line out throw. It's hard to get a read on Wales at the moment. Blake throws to the middle. Uncontested, and they come down with it. On the halfway line, Morgan goes to ground. Box kick. High and contestable. Putting pressure on the back there. Oh, what pressure? Kurt Lee Adense takes it. South Africa now clear. A high ball of their own. The bomb squad is on, and it's taken at the back by Murray, who is rocked backwards in the tackle as soon as he takes it. But he is held onto the ball. Wales have lost a lot of territory, though, in that kicking duel. Bloody R.G. Snyman looks like he's straight out of Game of Thrones. Wales kick down, trying to put pressure on the Springboks. You are not going to win a kicking duel with the Springboks, I'm telling you. Forget about that as a game plan. Farsi puts it high, slightly skewed off the side of the boot. It is still contestable, though, and contested it is. But the pass in behind Khaleesi fires a no-looker back in field, and Wales dive on it, but they're offside. No, they're not offside. It's a penalty to Wales for being bumped off the ball. Shouldered off the ball, and here we go. Now, what was I talking about at halftime? Do they take the 3 points here? 10 minutes has passed by, so yes, they put it into the corner. 26 points to 5. If it was early in the second half, you would take the shot at 3. 10 minutes in. Oh, Rassie's not happy. Rassie Erasmus up in the coach's box. He's not a happy boy. Wales fine touch. About 10 metres out from the try line. They go to the front. Uncontested again. Release the ball early. 2 out from the ruck. And space for James. They're 5 metres out now. South Africa offside. Penalty advantage. Here comes the penalty. Thought about going to the pocket there, the referee, I think. Five metres out from the line. Wales get the penalty. They'll put this into the corner. And I'll tell you what, a try here. Makes things very interesting indeed. They put it into the corner, 5 metres out. Big throw for Dewey Lake. Big moment in the match. Andre Pollard's on. Getting some experience out there for the Springboks. Big throw here from Lake. Goes right over the top, and South Africa come away with it. He missed everybody, Dewey Lake. He missed everyone. And South Africa have been let off the hook big time here. That is a big mistake. Hendricks with the box kick clears. Finds his touch. Clears it up to the 40-metre line. Oh, that is a huge let-off for South Africa. Lake this time goes to the middle. Finds his target. Uncontested again from the Springboks. Lost forward. Play on. Lake with the chip and chase for himself. Well, it's been a horrible last 30 seconds for Dewey Lake. And that's even worse now because he's brought it outside the 22. He being Josh Hathaway has carried it outside the 22 and put it into touch on the full and given South Africa line out throw. 22 metres out. Unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, how quickly this is disintegrated for Wales. This last couple of minutes has been atrocious. South Africa throw to the middle. Tap the ball down. It's loose out the back, but they recover it. It's South Africa back in possession. Looking a little bit clueless, though, to be perfectly honest. 22 out from the line now. Still 22 out. Schneemann takes it into contact. Cut out pass for Arendse. Puts a great step on. Arendse runs back towards midfield. There's numbers out to the left. A lot of space if they can get it there. South Africa. It spills out the side of the ruck. And they can't get the ball wide. Wales have numbered up now. It's still on for them. 10 metres out. Marks takes it forward. And now they've spilt the ball. Jasper Weiss loses it. And Wales clear. Up to the halfway line and beyond. Fussy races back. Collects it. Fussy. Oh, slight lift in the tackle. No damage done. South Africa's ball. 40 out from the line. Rumbling forward. Khaleesi's used as a decoy for Arendse to create space to Fussy. And they score in the corner, South Africa. That is such a well-worked try. Down the short side. Kurt Lee Arendse uses Khaleesi as a decoy to get Fussy into open space. And it was a simple draw and pass. And Fussy scores in the corner. Unbelievable short side play. Khaleesi was used as the decoy. And then a simple dummy. Arendse puts Fussy into space. .54 minutes, 50 gone. And South Africa stretch the lead once again. Yes, I do. I take regular sleeps before the games. Cruiser. This is a horrible attempt at conversion from Jordan Hendricks. And 31 points to 5 it remains. Wales with the restart. South Africa claim it. Clear up to halfway. And it's been knocked on by the Springboks on the halfway line. Wales with the feed. It's all good, Cruiser. This is... I like the streams to be interactive. I'll obviously focus on the game primarily, as I'm sure that we can all appreciate. But whenever there's any sort of break in play, any sort of downtime, I've got no problem at all interacting with the chat room. That's what it's all about. That's the beauty of commentating on social media as opposed to, say, having a TV job. You've got a TV job, you don't get to talk to anybody. The interactivity is the beauty of it. Scrum down here for Wales on the halfway line. And don't know what the hell just happened there. Forward pass that they get away with, the Wales. 31 points to 5. The Spouts finally come in. The call from the TMO. The call has come in from the TMO. The forward pass. It was so far forward. My goodness, it had to be called. In fairness to the referee, he did have another player run across his line of sight. So in complete and total fairness to the referee there, that was certainly easily missed. But that was blatantly forward. Scrum down. Oh, Zoe plays. Thank you very much for the like. Big shove again here from South Africa. Penalty advantage is earned. They are dominating at scrum time. And Arunse gets involved. In at first receiver. Khaleesi fends off a couple. Keeps the ball alive. And they spill it forward now. The South Africans. But we will come back for the penalty. How are you, Zoe? Thank you very much for the heart. I'm still new enough to TikTok to admit I don't know what any of this means. But Arcane Angel is teaching me. She is teaching me the ways of the TikTok. Throw into the line out for South Africa. They go to the middle, secure the ball. They're 10 meters out from the try line, leading 31 points to 5. And looking to well and truly put this game to bed now, if it isn't already. Watkin puts a hit on Pollard. Arunse is getting very heavily involved in at first receiver, and he is causing damage. Every single run, Arunse threatens to break the line. South Africa in midfield. 5 out. Nyman gets the ball free for Hendricks, who spills it, but we come back for a penalty to South Africa again. Wales caught offside. And the Springboks have just gone up a gear here. They're calling a scrum. Well, they are so dominant at scrum time. Oh, are we in penalty try region right now? We are potentially entering penalty try zone. They've called for a scrum right in front of the posts. "60 minutes gone. Big call to go for the scrum, but when they've had such domination, it's hardly surprising, I suppose, in that respect. 5 meters out from the line, just to the left of the posts. Look for a big, big shunt. They set. It holds firm for the time being. South Africa drive. They drive hard. They've pushed Wales backwards, but it's loose out the back. Very scrappy out the back, but they get the penalty. Threatening to tap and go quickly, but I think we'll get a scrum reset here. They will call the scrum again. They will look for a penalty try. They will look to get a Welsh player sent off. And they have indeed gone right for the scrum again. Keeping the pressure applied here. Springboks, and why wouldn't they? And off comes Jaden Hendricks, the scrum half. On would come Cameron Hanikoff. I'm gathering. We'll see in a minute. Anyways. Oh, tap and go. South Africa. They nearly made a mess of it. 5 meters out now. Ready the ball wide to the right. Oh, it's Kobus Reinach. That's who it is. Kobus Reinak is on for Hendricks. Pick and go. South Africa half a metre short. Pick and go again. Wales holding on for dear life here. But for how much longer can they hold on? Well, there's the answer. Try. Try is awarded another pick and go. 6 phases is the answer as to how long they can hold on. And it's Gerhard Steenkamp. Gerhard Steenkamp scores the try for South Africa. Cruiser, the All Blacks game is on at 6 o'clock. So another hour. Another hour away. Thereabouts. "62.5 minutes gone, and South Africa, that try has well and truly done it. Playing Italy. As the conversion successful from Jordan Hendricks. 38 points to 5. South Africa. So they should win by about 50 points, to be honest. No offense to Italy, but All Blacks should win quite comfortably. 38 points to 5. Wales get us back underway. It's very scrappy out the back. Arendse fires the pass across to Hendricks for clearance. And it's a nice clearance up towards the halfway line. This one is definitely done and dusted. Elias with the throw. Into the line out. Taken at the front by Wales. It's all good. Hey, Cruiser, we are all about honesty here. Cold-hearted, brutal honesty is what we're all about here at the Wasted World of Sports. I mean, in fairness, I did say at the top of this stream that South Africa would win by at least 30. And it's certainly looking that way as time is off here. And one of the Welsh players could be in serious trouble for tackling a player in the air. It looked like there could be a big problem here. Oh, and lifting. Well, there's not really any problem with the lift. I don't think there's really any problem with that at all. Penalty will be sufficient. Marcus says Springboks team like to win scrappy. Hey, as long as they win, right? I mean, for Springbok supporters, and scrappy as it might be, it's still been incredibly comfortable. Wales win the line out, set up the rolling maul. They march it inside South Africa's 22. The Boks try and get in spoil. Wales back in possession. Well, still in possession. About 10 out from the line now. Back towards midfield. Wales very bunched up here. Keeping it close to the ruck. Big defense from the Springboks, though. Forces the mistake. And racing away with it is Jesse Creel. He's got Arendse. They're playing from inside their own goal line here as Khaleesi is now picked up and driven backwards. But will come back for the scrum. Wales with the knock on. But trying to get very fancy pants there, the Springboks. 66 minutes gone. Yeah, I feel like it might have changed a little bit, Bruiser Cruiser. Bruiser Cruiser has said it's usually Wallabies, All Blacks, Springboks, and England all fighting for the top four. It's changed, obviously. Can I ask, very respectfully, just when was the last time you watched? Because a fair bit has obviously changed since then. Because let's run through the top 10 in the world at the moment while we've got this little stoppage in play. So currently, the World Rugby rankings from number 1 through to number 10, in order: South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand, France, Argentina, Scotland, England, Australia, Fiji, Italy. South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand, France, Argentina, Scotland, England, Australia, Fiji, Italy. That is the top 10 in the world right now, the official Rugby World Rankings. So, yeah, just a little bit different. "67 minutes gone in this one. South Africa leading 38 points to 5. Scrum down. Springboks feed. About 15 out from their own try line. Big push again. And that will be a penalty advantage for the Springboks at scrum time again. And this will surely be a card. The referee has got to... He's having a chat now. I thought for sure he would go to the pocket. Jesse Grimaldi. Ahoy there. I thought for sure he was going to the pocket there, the referee. That is so many scrum penalties in a row in favour of the Springboks. He's got to run out of patience at some point. Hendricks with the penalty. Clears up 40 metres out from the Springboks line. So yes, Bruiser Cruiser, a fair few changes in the World Rugby order from 8 to 10 years ago. That's for sure. South Africa win the line-out ball. They release it early. Khaleesi in midfield is chopped down. Sets up the ruck. The box kick. Up over halfway. Contestable. Tapped back for the Springboks, but over the sideline. And Wales will get the line-out throw. Marcus says South Africa and Ireland must be doing the right thing because they maintain the pressure on the other three teams. Oh, South Africa and Ireland, despite Ireland's... look, Ireland should have beaten the All Blacks. Ireland should have got the win over the All Blacks a couple of weeks ago. They let them off the hook big time at the back end of the game as this line-out throw from Wales is loose over the top. And knocked on. South Africa will get the scrum feed. But the Springboks are definitely the team to beat at the moment. Ireland were number 1 in the world for a very little period of time. But South Africa, they've got the game plan to mimic. The other teams need to mimic this game plan. Ten minutes to go. How many points can South Africa win by is the story of the rest of this match. Or what can Wales salvage? Scrum down on halfway. A big shove from South Africa again. So dominant at scrum time. But that has created some scrappy ball at the back this time. But they've done well to release it. And kept hold of the ball here. Just inside Welsh territory. Reinach frees it up here. And they've lost it forward. Wales come away with it. They've got numbers out to the left and they release it immediately out there. But they can't get the ball free to the edges. Wales are in possession though, just inside their own half. Loose pass goes to ground. They've got the ball back though, driven backwards in the tackle. Big defense from South Africa. The cross-field kick is taken by Dialande. Fussy now breaks through, or Arunse, I should say. Kicks in behind the line, looking for Arunse. And the ball beats everybody into touch. Why would you kick in that situation? Wales? Why? Talking about keeping pressure on. Well, that is not keeping pressure on. That is releasing the pressure valve. And that's the difference, isn't it, between the top teams, knowing when to do things like crossfield kicks and cheeky little shenanigans like that. Wales have the ball inside their 22. Box kick up over halfway. That is a beautiful clearance taken by Arunse. Thinks about going quickly, but common sense prevails with 8 minutes to go. All Blacks versus Italy coming up here on the Waste to Water Sports after this. Springboks throw to the line out. They go to the front. It's claimed by Schneiman. They set things up here in midfield. Creel. Out the back it goes now for Cheslin Colby. Colby puts some fancy footwork on. Takes it into Welsh territory. Colby's been very quiet tonight. It's been all Arunse. Curtly Arunse's been very heavily involved. Wales get a penalty. In from the side is Vincent Koch. And Wales with a penalty. South Africa have gone off the boil again towards the back end of the half, just like the first half. I mean, the game is well and truly in control, but these drop-offs could be costly against teams like the All Blacks, against teams like Ireland. Wales with the throw, 22 out from the line, uncontested again at line-out time. And they release the ball into midfield. South Africa's rush defense wins the turnover. A penalty. Well, they don't need to commit. They're just backing their defense is what they're doing. Huge touch finder from South Africa. And they claim the line-out ball. Loose pass here. Arunse does well to collect it and pop it up for Fussy. Fussy. Penalty advantage incoming now. Well, this has worked out well for them. Cheslin Colby now in at first receiver. It's very hard to distinguish those two apart sometimes, in all honesty. Cheslin Colby and Curtly Arunse. Very similar looking wingers. Little pocket rockets with the headgear. This has been tapped down by Wales. Back into the hands of Springboks. They keep it alive and attack the left-hand edge. Van Staden goes to ground. Reinach holds the pass up for Fredericks. And Fredericks scores. Hendricks, Fredericks, whoever. Jordan Hendricks scores in the corner. And it was Cobus Reinach holding the pass up. Oh, they could get 50 here, the South Africans. $50 is on here for the Springboks. And Wales are thumped into another defeat. Well, Cobus Reinach, I think, has been better than Jaden Hendricks. But this man, Jordan Hendricks, who hooks the ball back around and through the middle of the post. Fly half for the Springboks. He has been immense. Jordan Hendricks. And he caps it off with a try. 45 points to 5. 3 minutes remaining. Can they get the 50? They probably deserve it, to be honest. Wales, get us back underway. Where to now for Wales? Really, I mean, Warren Gatland, is he done? You would think he's got to be done, surely. He's just bereft of ideas, it seems. I mean, a quality coach, but sometimes he's been the coach for a while. Yeah, a crossfield kick is a little too heavy here from the Springboks. And Wales will get the line-out throw and can go on the attack 22 metres out. Yeah, Warren Gatland is obviously a quality coach. But, I mean, sometimes when you're in the same place, you've got the same surroundings, sometimes you just run out of ideas, right? Sometimes you just run out of ideas. And you need a change of scenery. Maybe a new club is just what he needs. Because it feels like Warren Gatland for Wales is just completely bereft of ideas. I have never in my lifetime seen a Welsh rugby team go through this period that they're going through. I mean, they used to come here to Australia and defeat the Wallabies. And at very least, they would push the Wallabies right to the very last minute. But this run of losses, this string of losses that they've gone through, you have to ask the question, surely, does Wales need a change? Does Warren Gatland need a change? 1.5 minutes to go. 45 points to 5. South Africa, can they get their hands on the ball and get up the other end and break 50? Wales with the line-out throw. 5 out, spill it forward. They've lost it forward. South Africa do just enough to interfere at line-out time. Well, Wales have come down with it. Well, Wales have got the ball somehow. Somehow they've come away with it. And they still have possession 5 metres out. I don't know how that happened. It looked like a pretty blatant knock-on to me. But, oh well. Hey, there'll be no complaints. 45 points to 5. Can Wales have the last say in this game? 5 metres out from the line. A pick and go from the number 19, Freddie Thomas. He goes close. Another pick and go. This time he's got support. Driving in behind, but South Africa's defence rocks him backwards. And now another pick and go. Finding some space to the right of the ruck. And Wales have got the try. At long last, James Botham, I think it is. Step up and let me see your number, mate. James Botham it is. Has scored the try. And Wales have been absolutely smashed around the park. But they do get the last say. They have been hammered from pillar to post. They scored in the 40th minute. And they've scored again in the 80th minute. Conversion successful. 45 points to 12 as the referee blows full time. A dominant display from the Springboks, but the scary thing is, the very, very terrifying thing about it is that we're far from perfect. The Springboks have so much improvement left in them. And that would be terrifying for a team like Wales to have to come up against them again. And maybe they click into gear. There's got to be changes for Wales. They are bereft of ideas at the moment. Yes, South Africa are the number one team in the world, and you can hardly you couldn't throw anybody under the bus for losing to the number one team in the world is basically what I'm trying to say. But obviously for Wales, it goes beyond, way beyond this match here tonight. They are on a run of losses for which I have never seen before. Wales have successfully won me a lot of money in the past when they've come here to Australia and they've upset the Wallabies. This is a team far removed from those squads, though, and it's hard to know. It's hard to put a finger on what could be going wrong with Welsh rugby. I would say, though, a good starting point would be a change is needed. Change up the coaching staff. Warren Gatland has been the coach at Wales for a very long time. And what can happen is people can get comfortable. Things can get stale very, very quickly. And I think it's probably time to move him on and have a change there for everybody. It'd be good for everybody involved. It'd be good for Warren Gatland. It'd be good for Welsh rugby to just have a change and see what they can come up with. Because obviously what's going on right now is not working. But all power to South Africa, the number one team in the world for good reason. I mean, when it comes to rugby, the Springboks are just on a different planet, as I said, and they've proved it once again tonight. They are so hard to beat. And when you're on a run of poor form, it's certainly not a good time to be coming up against them. 45 points to 12. It was scrappy. And that's the scary thing. As I was saying, very, very scrappy. But they still did this much damage. It was far from a clinical performance. What could the score have been with a clinical performance? That is the scary thing when we're talking about the result of this match. But South Africa, the best team in the world, and with good reason, have once again shown their credentials to win so comprehensively without even putting on what you could consider close to their best performance. Very well done, South Africa. Wasted world of sports, though. We have got the All Blacks versus Italy coming up next. 107-0 if it was a perfect performance. Probably something in that region, yes. Quite honestly. Yes, Wasted world of sports. Thank you so much for being with us here for this one. I very much appreciate your company. All Blacks versus Italy coming up in about half hour's time here on the channel. Wasted world of sports, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on TikTok. Very much appreciate you being with us. All Blacks, Italy, coming up as the Rugby Autumn Internationals continues. I'll catch you in about half an hour. Until then, cheers. 5:30 a.m. beers. You gotta love it. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Really helps the channel out if you enjoy what we do here with our alternative commentary. And give us a follow on TikTok if you enjoy what we do here. Wasted World of Sports alternative commentary. All Blacks Italy coming up. right after this. While I figure out what the hell I'm doing here. Like, how do you turn this off? All right. All Blacks, Italy, coming up. Right after this. Cheers. Oops. I'm still live. All right. Theme music.
We're here for the jokes and 10 pence less fun.